In this video I want to talk you about plants. You will find more information at the beginning of unit number 5. Plants, as you know, is one of the living things group. Remember that we can classify living things in 5 kingdoms: Monera kingdom, fungus kingdom, protist kingdom, animal kingdom, and finally plants kingdom. Plants kingdom include 3 subgroups. We have got trees like the oak or the pine, bushes like the rose bush, or grasses like wheat, rice, daisy, for instance. Today I'm going to talk you about plants nutrition, but first of all, I want to remember the things that all plants have in common, the characteristics that they share. What do plants have in common? So, first of all, produce their own food. Remember that plants are the only living things that produce their own food. They are producers, they are not consumers, they produce their own food. Second one, they perform 3 life processes. Nutrition, they eat, they produce their own food. Interaction, they interact with their environment, with the things that are around them. And reproduction, plants can reproduce themselves. Plants have leaves, stem, and roots. Do you remember the different plants parts? I'm sure that you remember. Leaves. If you see this picture, this tree, you will see the leaves on the top of this tree and on the branches. Then the stem is this long part in this tree. Remember that when we talk about trees, we don't call them stem, but trunk. So stem or trunk. And finally the roots. Probably you won't see here the roots because usually the roots go under the soil. And finally, they can't move from one place to another. Probably they can move the trunk or the stem a little bit, searching the sunlight, but they can't move from one place to another. How plants make their own food? Now we are going to explain how is happening this process. First step, the roots absorb water and minerals from the soil. So in this picture you will see that the roots are searching the water and the minerals they can find under the soil. They take them. Second step, the water and minerals travel up the stem to the leaves. Here in this picture and with this arrow probably you will understand this better. From the roots to the leaves, the water and the minerals are traveling to the leaves, because in the leaves the leaves are the place where this process is going to happen. And finally, the third step is this one. Plants make food in their leaves. This process is called photosynthesis. Be careful because this word is very useful and very important. Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process where the plants produce their own food, and they produce their own food in their leaves. Then the plants absorb carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide is outside, is in the air, and plants take this carbon dioxide because they need this carbon dioxide to produce their own food. Probably you will understand this better with this picture. Look at this. The roots absorb the water and the minerals, and this mixture travels up to the leaves. Then they take carbon dioxide from outside, they take moreover the sunlight, the energy from the sun, the water and the minerals to produce food and oxygen. So carbon dioxide plus sunlight plus the energy from the sun plus water plus minerals, the result is food plus oxygen. One part of this oxygen is for releasing it outside, and another part of this oxygen they keep themselves because, of course, plants need oxygen to live. Then things that I think that are very important. How plants make their own food, and here says during photosynthesis plants release oxygen into the air. They keep a part of this oxygen, and a part of this oxygen goes outside themselves. Plants only make photosynthesis during day, not during night. Why? Because they need sunlight to do it. So, for doing photosynthesis, they need water, they need minerals, they need carbon dioxide, but they need sunlight. So what happens during night? During night, there is no sunlight, so plants cannot make photosynthesis during night, only during day. So what does it mean? During day, plants use the oxygen they produce. They produce oxygen, a part of this oxygen goes outside, and a part of this oxygen keeps inside this plant. But during night, they don't produce this oxygen. So what happens? They need to take in oxygen from the air.